Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. We are Millennial Mom. If you don't know who is who, I'm Millennial. This is Mom.
Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, I'm Mom or Kay from Millennial Mom, and today we're going to talk about 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, Season 8. I'm going to do a combined Episode 5 because I was out last week, and Episode 6 that dropped Sunday. Hopefully you got a chance to see it the day it dropped on Sunday, or you streamed it on Monday. Either way, we're talking about both episodes. And the episode 6, last Sunday's episode, was called the Itsy Bitsy Liar. Now, if you are new here, please consider subscribing because I do all the 90-day franchise reviews that I can, because you know there is so many 90-day franchises that drop. Seems like there's one going on, one coming off, one on reunion, so on and so forth. Also, Married at First Sight. Let's see, season 17 just recently wrapped with the Where Are They Now of a final episode this coming Wednesday with the live on Thursday. And we'll be waiting on the new season, Married at First Sight, season 18 Chicago, coming out shortly. And there's a new show I'm going to peek at on Netflix called Never Ever Mets or Never Mets. So if you're watching that, I'll take a peek at it and I may try to review it for you this week or into next week as well. So hopefully, again, everyone got a chance to watch it. Hello to everyone that's here live with me, and hello to everyone on the replay. Again, don't forget to hit that like button. Leave me your comments so I know what you thought about these couples on this episode and the couples this season, and we'll go from there. Also, I want to ask, are you all watching the new season that dropped of 90 Day Love in Paradise? They're back for season 4 with a brand new cast. I have pictures and I have the season preview of what's coming up. I just want to make sure that everyone got a chance to watch it. I will be back with that live next Thursday. That will replace Married at First Sight. So starting next week, I'll be live Tuesday for 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After, and then Thursday for 90 Day Love in Paradise. So join me if you can. So, hey, Devontae, how are you? Would you say Never Ever Met is ghetto? Well, I'm trying to put that on rotation. So we'll see. I know episode 1 came out. Like I said, I was out when it debuted on Netflix, but I'm here now, so I'm going to get caught up on what's going on over there. So I'm going to drop the invite, so if you want to join, you can. If not, you can stay in the comments. Hopefully I can get through this and get y'all out of here along with that preview of Love in Paradise that's already started Monday to give you all a chance to watch it, get caught up, and let me know what you think about that episode. Okay. So on episode 5 last week, it was Gino and Jasmine and Ashley and Manuel moving forward. So, and this Sunday's episode, if you streamed on Monday, it was Patrick and Thaias, Nicole and Mahmoud, Sophie and Rob, Emily and Nicole, Big Ed and Liz, and Loren and Alexi. So real quick, let me jump with Jasmine and Gino. So Jasmine still can't believe that she's here in the States, got married to Gino. Gino made an error of not consulting a lawyer, and Jasmine kids aren't here in the U.S. And Jasmine is just so depressed because, you know, she just can't believe that, you know, I'm here and I just made a mistake and I don't have my kids and I don't. Girl, you had that plan before you came to the States. Don't play. Don't scam the scammer. Okay, you knew what was up. I don't think Gino did it on purpose, but hey, they weren't added to the K1 or whatever needed to be added to. Neither was your sister and your family and everybody else. You promised. Those are her words. I promised them I would bring them with me, and now I just got because Gino don't have the money, girl. You're preaching to the choir. Okay, it don't matter. Because, see, that just goes to show that you, Jasmine, aren't here for the right reasons. You just wanted a better life in America, per your words. Well, anyways, I see backstage too. Gino and Jasmine decided that, they would work it out. He would do whatever he can because, first Gino said that he thought maybe Jasmine was putting on. I mean, Jasmine do be putting on. She does. But I think she was really hurt this time because her plan didn't work. Okay. But anyways, so later in their scene, we see them at an Italian restaurant. And obviously, whatever Gino said, maybe he said he got, a little bit of cash. He sold a little something, something. Because she's in a good mood. Not only she's in a good mood, she's showing all her alopecia. And see, Jasmine is so cosmetic. She always has her hair done or whatever. She's just out with her hair pulled back and a little comb, little things going on. And nothing to anybody with alopecia, but Jasmine just don't seem like she's the type that just would walk around like that. Okay? Well, they get their food. They playing Lady and the Tramp, with the fettuccine, whoever gets it last. I'm like, okay, so Gino came up with some cash because Jasmine's feeling really good. I'm like, you know what, Gino? You got yourself into this mess. You're going to have to get yourself out. Then we have Ashley and Manuel. So they make it to New York instead of New Jersey because that's where Manuel's family is from. And whose family don't give them the address till the last minute? To me, that says, I don't really want you to know where I live anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because if you cool with your family, you know where they stay. That's just me. All right. So anyway, so they get on the flight. They make it to New York because they're going to meet Jonathan, other friend we've seen before. So they get stuck in traffic. And Ashley is trying to give Manuel like an English lesson. Manuel's not trying to learn English. He's like, well, yeah, okay, whatever. That's not his cup of tea. All right. So when they finally do get to the hotel to change and get ready for Jonathan, Manuel is hangry. Okay, he's telling Ashley to hurry up. She's trying to read her tarot card and stuff like that. He's like, girl, get in the shower so I get something to eat. Okay. He said, Lord, please send me a piece of bread because I can't take this no more. So, of course, Ashley's upset. She's always upset. She's on the same upset drama level like Jasmine, except for Jasmine is just a little couple steps higher than her. But she's not that far behind Miss Ashley. Well, anyways, they get to meeting Jonathan. They meet in a place in New York where it's like little Ecuador. That's where Manuel's from. But in New York, there's lots of different places, from people who have migrated to New York, Italy, Ecuador, Haiti, Cuba, whatever, little places like that. And Manuel's like, oh, okay, so Jonathan said, well, if you stay a little longer, maybe you come to the Ecuadorian pride. That's what we're going to have. And so Manuel's like, oh, you think I should? And of course, Ashley is going to stay if he does, but they'll work it out later. But then Ashley asked another inappropriate question talking about, oh, so Manuel has been a little shisty. Do you think he's still talking to his baby mama? I'm like, do you think his bestie would really tell you if he was? A real bestie is gonna be like, no, girl, So anyways, that was episode 5. So now we're gonna roll into episode 6 with last week's episode, with this week's episode, with the couples who are on Sundays or Monday, whenever you streamed it. All right. So are you ready backstage? Okay. How come you don't believe me, Gino? How come you don't believe me? Right?
I'll be fast forwarding with their part. So she start crying, skip.
Well, I can't skip. How are you doing today?
Doing great. I'm doing great.
Good. Miss Hey Girl Hey Tamika said she's got other obligations, so she'll try to jump in. If not, I said, girl, have your fun. Do you, boo?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so this week, like I said, I'm going to jump to last week and this week. We're going to start off with Patrick and Thais. So you may not have, but they were on a previous season of 90 Day Fiancé. Thais is from Brazil, and they have a young daughter. Now, is it me, or does Patrick seem like he's afraid to say what he needs to say around Thais? Because the look he gives her when he's talking. You know what I'm saying? He'll say something and look at her like, is this okay?
Oh, that's the man baby looking dude.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I seen that show that they used to be on. Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Does he give you that? Like he says something and looks at her for approval?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, you just need to, I don't know.
Well, The baby is 6 months old at the time of taping. And
Mm-hmm.
so John, the brother, comes over. He invites himself. But I think Patrick invited him anyways because, why else would he say, oh, Brazil looks like it's a good place to check out? I think that Thais doesn't care for Patrick. I really don't think Thais cares for, John. I don't think she cares for her husband either, to be honest. I really don't. I don't get the vibe that they like it. Well, she likes him like that. I think he likes her like that, but I don't think she likes him like that. That's not what I sense. Do you see something different?
I think she like him. I think she love him. I mean, out of all the women, on this season, I really feel like she actually like her husband. She just don't like his brother.
Oh, okay. Well, apparently she's another one that came over and whose father didn't approve, but got married anyway. And I said, "What's up with these Latin
Trying
American
to,
women coming
trying
over
to,
and marrying anyway?"
trying to get out the ghetto. They done. They said we want to live the American poor dream, not this poor dream.
Well, after 2 years, they're going back to Brazil, and they show some previous, before they got married. Thais's dad was like, called him the B word. He was
Oh
not cool
yeah.
with none of this. So I'm like, ooh, you want to marry her anyway? But he said, I got a 10. I got a 10. So, he's marrying his dime piece. I guess that's all he cared
Let's
about.
see a passport, bro. Mm-hmm.
So, so moving to this week's episode, the baby and well, they're all going to Brazil. They said that the brother John will be there next week. Now,
Mm-hmm.
when they land, they kind of got like a little minivan. What was they driving, a Tesla with all that furniture in the front seat, the back
Mm-hmm.
seat, the dog on the lap? I'm like, they doing too much.
Right.
Doing too much.
They brought the dog over there.
Yeah, the dog is on his lap driving. They slapped a service dog sign on him and called it a day. I was like,
Oh
whatever.
my god.
So, and how he gonna drive with his his ACL is torn on his driver leg. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna stop the car if necessary? And she's a backseat driver. I don't blame her because I would have been afraid too. So
Yeah, he
mm,
ran. He ran that stop sign.
he did run the stop sign, but it's a little bit too much. But I think it was a good thing that they rent an apartment from his dad, who still lives in Brazil, to give
Mm-hmm.
them a place to go. You know what I'm saying? They're
Right.
not struggling to find somewhere to go. But I don't know. It's just the energy that I'm getting from them, that mainly her, that I don't know if it's sitting well. It gives me like last season, like what's her name? Annalie and Clayton. Like
Mm-hmm.
Annalie looks like she didn't care for Clayton at all. Versus Clayton looked like he was all into Annalie. That is giving me that. And similar situation, she came, she didn't tell her dad she was getting married either. And, when the dad found out, he didn't approve. So, and she was
But
from
I
her.
don't see her as worse as Anna Lee. Like Anna Lee, like wouldn't even smile for it. Like she smiled. Her and him joke and stuff. So I feel like I see that they are actually together, like
Okay.
in real life. Like he might have actually found him a girl that's really like in him. Like, but like the girl with Clayton, nah.
Now, I haven't seen any updates. I've seen Clayton on IG. I haven't seen Annalie at
I
all. Not
bet. I
even in
bet.
pictures. I've seen Clayton's mother in his pictures, but not her. I haven't seen her.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, wouldn't be surprised either way.
Yep.
All right, let's move to Nicole and Mahmoud. So last week, Nicole and Mahmoud was supposed to meet her friends for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And she gets to the restaurant. They're at like, where's Mahmoud? And she's sitting there like, oh, he didn't want to come. He wants a divorce. They're like, why? Because of what I'm wearing. And like I said, too, I think, I'm like, is your outfit inside out? Was it stitched up all the way? She made it, which is fine. But I mean,
Right.
I'm like, where are the rest of your buttons in the back? Did you think that too? You saw that dress?
Yeah, I seen it. I
I'm
mean,
like,
I
your
thought it
back
was
is
a
not out.
style. I didn't know.
No, your back is not out, but just look like you missed a few buttons popped
Oh
off.
yeah, yeah, you're right. I was wondering because I was like, I mean, it don't really even look. It's not like something somebody go like, ooh, she got a nice back. Like
Right,
you only seeing spots of her back.
right. Like she missing a whole bunch of buttons, like I said. Well, the friends are saying, well, is it okay for us to go to the house to meet Mahmoud since he didn't come to dinner? Now, Nicole said yes. I don't know how I feel about that. If he didn't want to come to dinner, and he's only been in the States for 2 days. This is his second full day from Egypt, which is around the world, completely different time zone, like a day, at least 10 hours ahead of us,
Right.
out west. And okay, if he didn't want to come, he's talking about he wanted a divorce. How come she didn't say to her friends, like, oh, well, maybe next time, let me see, things could calm down first. And, we get back on the same page and maybe look forward to another day. She's
Right.
like, yeah, sure, why not? I don't think that was right. Do you?
Mm,
That's
sorry about that.
all
No, I don't. I feel like you bum rush him. Like, first of all, why would y'all want to meet somebody who didn't want to come to dinner? Y'all just gonna pop up
right.
and act like he gonna be real happy to see y'all. Even and they arguing. I'm not going over nobody's house on purpose if they argue. Now, if I come over there and I slide through and I pop up and they argue and I can sense it, I'm like, oh yeah, yeah. I was just checking up on y'all. I'm gonna see y'all later.
Right.
I'm
Right.
not.
And
I'm not about to be the mediator, turn into y'all therapist. Like you guys need to talk. No, I'm out.
right. And then it's just the fact that, she said he wants a divorce and she told him she's going to wear this regardless and how much she laid down the law. I said, did you, girl? Did you really lay down the law? Your voice is shaking and you got your arms crossed because your buttons is missing and you don't know what Mahmoud is doing back at the house. So that's why she said yes, in my opinion, for backup, because she knew how it is with Mahmoud and their arguments, things like that. So, I mean, did they even eat? The one friend was already, she pre-gamed and she was already gone as far as I'm concerned. One of
Yeah.
the friends.
Oh yeah, the one with the accent, the
Yeah.
blonde, gone. She she don't know what's going. I mean, all her and her friends out of order, out of order. Y'all too grown to be popping up on another grown person.
Mhm.
Absolutely not.
Right. Well, they had more wine. It seemed like the only guy was the lady's husband that didn't seem like he was, he still like didn't seem like he was inebriated or anything like that. So they get to the house, so they surprise him, excuse me, and he looked like he just couldn't even keep his eyes open, right? He's like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
oh. He had the little bobblehead like a baby. You know how babies struggle to keep
Mm-hmm.
their eyes open? Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
no, I'm okay, I'm okay. And they're like, oh, we just wanted to meet you. You didn't come to dinner. And she's like, tell him, Mahmoud, tell him why. I said, Nicole, knock it off. Knock it off. You
She
know
got
why.
she got angry. She snapped. Was like her fuse is very short. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
just like one thing. Oh, so you think you just gonna look at her like that, and you could just go ahead and go back to like whoa. Jesus Christ! I was trying to
Right.
figure out where she got whatever that thing is that they wear. Like I was just trying to figure out where they get it from. Her job. Yeah, there it is. I was just admiring. It was nice. It was nice to see one out here for the first time in his first day, you know. But you think
Right.
I'm checking her out. What am I gonna check out in her job?
Right. And on top of that, even if you don't have a formal one, you can make one out of a scarf. You know what I'm saying? So long sleeve.
She
But
insecure.
right. So then, Mahmoud is there. He's trying to, keep his eyes open and everything, like I said, and trying to like smile. And then Nicole's like, oh, would anybody like? No, the guy asked, can we have Lisa drink? Did you see her freezer? She had a bottle of alcohol and no food in there. I said, girl.
Giving nut. Ain't got no food. Like, oh, I got tequila. Like, girl, how you ain't got no broccoli.
Nothing.
You got a freezer you ain't even got no broccoli. Come on, everybody got some broccoli or something or some type of old meal in there frozen.
And then when she opened the refrigerator, she had what, maybe two bottles of water, the big bottles of, water that, really I consider a single serve, and maybe an apple in the back. I said, oh, so see, Devontae, this goes back to your short fuse thing. Maybe the short fuse is because maybe she low key on the sauce. Maybe.
Might be an alcoholic. That makes
That's
sense.
so. Well, anyways, so she's pouring the water and she goes, "Oh, excuse my different cups." I mean, she's a little bit too old to have mismatched cups. That to me, that's a young thing. It's a young thing. When you get grown, all your stuff should match.
Yeah,
You know
you
what I'm saying?
for you and your she was in her she in her 40s,
40.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't be
Your
having the
stuff
you
should
can't be
match.
having the McDonald's cup.
Right. Been there, done that when you're young.
Uh-huh.
Grown. But anyways, they're like, oh, that's okay. So she's pouring the stuff, and Mahmoud is like tripping because he's like, oh, in confessional, she got alcohol in the house. That's not, what we do, part of religion. So
Right.
then he goes back in the room. He gets up. Well, he's, saying, excuse me, and go back. But she's like, tell him what you did, you prick. I said, Nicole, for real? For real. I was like, is this a Twilight Zone? I'm like, this is why he don't want to be with you. This is why he's always screaming divorce, divorce.
He probably scared of her. I bet you is. She like a little chihuahua. Get out.
It's
Just go back.
crazy. Right. So then, she can't understand now she can't understand, I should say, why he's in the room packing. I'm like, she, again, too old not to know what's happening. So he's packing. She's like, oh, I think that the husband to her friend's name is Julian. Go see what he's doing. Try to get him to stop. While she's in the bathroom washing her face, I'm like, why does she feel this is necessary to wash? Did you notice that? She was in the bathroom washing her makeup off while he's packing. I'm like,
She knew she about to get busy. It's about to get real ghetto.
not only that, I think maybe Nicole may have snuck in a little chewable. We'll call it a chewable along the way, because that just even makes sense.
Oh yeah,
Oh, she
yeah.
was like, "What?"
She's in California.
Yeah.
She might be mixing all the sauces.
So, right. So now Mahmoud doesn't want to talk to Julie. He's like, you would want me to stay. Why stay for this? So I'm like, I don't blame you. I'm never team Mahmoud or Nicole, more so not Mahmoud. But I mean, he was right in this. Why do you want me to stay? You calling me out my name. You know what I'm saying? You already wore a buttonless dress. You got alcohol in your freezer. I'm like, you was never thirsty when you got here. You didn't look to see if there was any food. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, he walks out the door without the suitcase because she took it from him. He walks down the street and Julian's trying to catch him. So we'll see what happens for next week. So,
Why was you doing all that? I'm not doing all that for somebody I just met. I know that's my friend. That's her job. Let you go. I'd be like, you know. I
right.
mean, hey, if he want to leave, I mean, I don't think you should be stopping him and doing all that. But if she gonna start doing all that, I'm like, yeah, honey, let's get your stuff, get your purse, cause they tripping.
Yeah, you got to go. And you know what? Things can turn a different way these days. You know what I'm saying?
We gonna talk about them in the car. That's the first. Get your stuff.
Right.
Get your stuff. So I can
Right.
talk about.
That's exactly what happened. We talked
He ain't
about you
coming
in
back
the
over
car.
here. Her and Mahmoud, he from another country. We don't know what he capable of. We don't know who he know over here. She up here chasing him down the street already. Absolutely not.
Yeah. So
And
anyway,
why is you blocking him as a man? Why is you blocking another man? Like,
right.
thank God Mahmoud is a peaceful person. Because I would have swung on you. Why are you blocking me? You ain't even her.
Yeah, let him
Move.
know. And he and the rest of the ladies can see how Nicole just popped off. Mahmoud didn't say a word. She's the one calling him out the name and all this other stuff. So I guess. All right.
Right.
So
It's a one bedroom. I got to get out of here.
with all these mannequins staring at me at the same time, right?
Right.
All right. Let's move to Sophie and Rob. So last week, Sophie's friend Callum came to visit her in Texas. She claims that she's a world traveler. So, she's like, stop by Texas to come see me since you've never been here. He's like, cool. Well, Rob, he I don't know. Rob's got some growing up to do as well. Okay. Rob gets jealous over Callum. In confessional, talk about, she didn't tell me he was hot. I'm like, first of all, you shouldn't be judging no dude like that anyways, Rob. That's your wife. But hey, that's me. All right. That's how Rob
So her
feels.
friend gotta be ugly.
Right. To make him feel better.
Stupid.
So Rob walks off, calls himself going to the bathroom. When he finally does come back, Sophie gets up and goes to talk to him. She's like, I'm sorry. And, I didn't mean it like that. I should have told you we dated when I was 16. It wasn't really like that for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? I guess she tried to make it seem like there were no friends with benefit type thing. So Rob was like, well, you still should have told me and I'm leaving. So he leaves. Well, before he leaves, Callum comes over and was like, hey, I hear things are getting a little heated. Everything all right? Rob is like, you know what? I'm talking to my wife. We good over here. So, but anyways, after that, Sophie goes back to talk to her friends. They're like, is everything okay? She's like, her head is down. She's like, no. And I'm like, Sophie, I mean, in a way, I guess you should have told Rob. It was a while ago. Even if y'all weren't friends with benefits or whatever, you still should have told him, yeah, we dated before. Don't you agree with that or no?
Yeah, she immature. She just, I mean, he what, 30, what?
Rob is
34?
13 years apart. So, like, maybe 12 years. He's 36 and she's like 24, 25.
Exactly. It's just the age short. And she just like dumb. It's like she just so inexperienced and immature, and you could
Uh-huh.
tell. Like she just be happy. Did I do a good job? She like a little dog or something. It's just
Mm-hmm.
follow him. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, for the first time, I gotta agree with Rob. She was in the wrong. If
Yeah.
y'all was friends, I understand y'all was friends. But just let me know if y'all dated in the past.
Right.
Especially if you got your if I'm going to introduce a female friend to my wife and I know
Mhm.
I dated her in the past, I would let her know in advance. So it's just not like only me and her knowing it look like we trying to pull one up on them. Like I mean, know what I'm going, and then especially if I'm insecure because my old girl left,
Mm-hmm.
for her
Right.
best friend. I'm still scarred by that, and you know that as my wife, right? So why
Right.
would you dare to put me in the same predicament, sort of?
Right. And they're both immature,
Yeah.
both immature. So. All right. Well, later in the evening, they meet up, or maybe the next day, or it seemed like the next day. Yeah, they
Hmm.
meet up again at the, I don't know, where are they at a park or somewhere, wherever it is. When Sophie said, or one of them said, that this park has like more than 1 million bats that come out after a certain time of the night, I said, "Oh no, sir."
Bats.
I said, "Why would you want to see that in person?" Okay, because yeah, they fly out with the moonlight or whatever, but if there's over 1 million, they fly all wild and stuff and
Right. What
diseases.
if they blind? You can't. No, absolutely not.
No, 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 no. We could have met at the coffee shop. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, Sophie apologized to Rob again and said she was sorry. And to make up for everything, she's leaving her best friend Kay, who we just met this season, and she's coming home. And Rob said, "Well, when you coming home?" She's like, "Tomorrow." So, anyway, so rolling into this week's episode, Sophie is home. It's the next morning, and guess what we see? We have Rob calling himself making breakfast in bed with salmon and crackers. I said, okay, I guess whatever you
Mhm.
like to eat is what you like to eat, right?
Right. Right.
And he pulls out some mozzarella and he digs out her ring from a drawer and puts it in the mozzarella, thinking that's cute. First of all, the ring is dusty. That's one. It's been in a drawer.
Right.
Two, why did you think it was cute, Rob, to put it in a piece of cheese? How come you can hand
Right.
it to her? And I'm going to say this. I'm with Sophie. That's not her ring. Because on last season when they were just on, she had like a ring that looked like a little heart that you get from Claire's. That was her ring.
Hmm.
She's like, is this looking real hard at it? Girl, you know that's not your ring. She goes, well, I know I wear a lot of fashion rings and this don't look like my ring. And Rob kind of gave like this smirk, like, oh, that's not your ring? Then where your ring at? She goes, oh yeah, this is my ring. So, he was trying to call her bluff, but she didn't want to pick up on the bluff because they just got back together. I said, this is too much. This is too much to be going back and forth. Well, anyways, they're trying to reconnect. And I think, I guess he tried. I mean, Rob does kind of try to make her feel comfortable,
He
but
get the worst efforts of all time.
no,
Every
he
time
tried.
he
But he's,
try, I
uh,
got roses off somebody's bush. It's always just down low. Like you that ain't even her ring. Every female know what they ring look like.
right,
You
right,
know that
right,
ain't her ring. And then
right.
you gonna give her that ring. Then you gonna put it in cheese, knowing she don't like
She don't
cheese.
like cheese, right?
It's like, come on, dude. Like, what did you do? Why you regifting a ring that she's supposed to been had on? You not
And
putting it back in the box?
right. And where did he get this ring from? And how many rings does he have in a drawer?
Probably Claire's.
What'd you say?
I said probably Claire's.
Oh yeah, of course he went back to Claire's, of course.
Probably
But
got 3 or 4 of them just in case she lose them.
exactly. So, like I said, he bottom of the barrel tries to show his appreciation, but his self-esteem issues, I think, are lower than hers. That's
Right.
what I think. Phil Foster Dog Mom, you said a D for effort. Right. So now I guess as the morning progresses, and why does he take out the tarantula spiders? Matter of fact, I shouted you out on the Married at First Sight. I don't know if you saw the replay with the spiders when I was talking about Cameron, and someone responded back to me. I said that Cameron, all of a sudden has the same condition his dad has with the broken heart syndrome, knowing he got them poisonous tarantulas. Shout out to Devontae up in his house.
Right.
But someone messaged me back and said broken heart syndrome. What they say? Broken heart syndrome can last for a couple months, and it's a stress related induced against your heart. But Cameron said the same thing with his own dad, and I'm like, and he said it weren't hereditary. But anyways, so Rob's got Sophie like trying to pet the tarantulas. I'm like, for what? Talk about these are our kids. These aren't nothing. What you mean these are our kids? Put that up. And she's trying to just to make him happy. I just want to know what his point was with these spiders.
Right. Why you got all the spiders on the bookshelf? Somebody might come in your house thinking that these fake. And actually, what if they drop it?
Why are they like in a little cage, or why are they like in individual little boxes? Don't they grow big? I've never seen a miniature, well, not in person, anyways. A miniature tarantula. I
Unless he
always thought
just
they were big.
unless he just got them and that's what they came in and he probably trying to get the money up to get the big uh I forgot what it's called territorium or something.
Terrain. Yeah.
Terranium, there it is. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know that one. He gonna have to get a bunch of terraniums because them was different spiders.
Right. And he's cheap anyway. So, but anyway,
It's stupid.
excuse me. Excuse me, everybody. All right, rolling to Emily and Kobe. So Emily and her family last week went to watch Kobe play handball. Kobe was a hometown hero in Cameroon. He said he's ambidextrous. He could throw the ball in the right hand, throw in the left hand. He was like, nobody can touch me playing handball. All right, so they get out there.
Hmm.
Well, before that, I should say before they go out to play handball, it was a conversation with Emily and her mom talking about how Kobe's friends don't like her. I mean, it's really specifically Valerie. He's the main one that don't care for her because how he feels about her not being a Cameroonian woman and she's being, from the West. He don't
I
like that.
think it's because he don't like white women.
That's
That's
what
what it
said a woman from
is.
the
That's
West.
what it is. He keep trying to be nice American woman. Boy, you just man, he married a white woman. Just say it. It's
Well,
okay.
he did. He said he didn't want him to marry a white woman. He said it very early on. Well, anyways, like I said, Emily's mom gives a particular vibe. And so she's like, well, it's too late for that, you being white and everything. So, I mean, these are their words, not mine.
Mm.
All right,
Right.
so rolling into the handball tournament, I thought it was cute that their little boy Coben, he's rooting for his dad, but Kobe's
Mm-hmm.
dad, the grandfather, was just grinning, looking at his grandson. I'm like, that's cute. I like that scene. But
Mm-hmm.
anyways, Mr. Man out there, ambidextrous and what I used to do. Okay, well, Kobe, not body shaming, because hey, we all got some weight on us. All right. Well, I do. Let me speak for myself. Okay, you don't have that six pack that you used to have in China and playing handball. You got a dad bod and you got a bad knee. And that knee gave out.
Right. You had 4 up downs and that knee made doot, doot, doot. Check engine light. Oh, ow, 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 ow.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
you wanna
Now
keep
you're
listening? You wanna keep listening to your African friends? You gonna end
right,
up in the hospital. Keep listen to your wife who know your knee. They don't know your knee. They know the old knee. That
right,
knee is gone.
right. He already had on a brace and everything, and it was already wet from the rain.
That's
You know,
already defeat right there. You step on the court with a brace. Oh Lord.
right, right. So I mean, I get he wanted to show what he could still do, but I mean, like maybe like one real quick and then go sit down because he knew his knee wasn't up to par. So when Emily comes over, when he goes to sit on the bench, she's like, "Are you okay, babe?" All this and that, to check on him. Now, because it's traditional for the man to lead in Cameroon, Kobe's trying to tell her he's okay, like giving her the elbow, like, I got this, don't be embarrassing me in front of my friends and family. But the friend Valerie looked at her like, girl, if you don't go sit down somewhere, right? So, anyways, after that, the friends talk with Emily and they tell her about, that she's bossy and again, what a Cameroonian wife would do. And when we roll into this week's episode, I'm gonna give my opinion on that. And so they
Hmm.
also talk about Kobe's ex-girlfriend, who he still talks to from time to time, and didn't know that he was together with Emily. All right, now
Right.
save your thought on that. Let's roll to this week's episode. So after all that, Emily does what she needs to do. She invites the friends out for drinks or whatever. Hey, the friends come, they're dressed up, they look like they're having fun, they're trying to like do whatever, they move to the music, right? They got drinks and everything. But I skipped a little part, I'll go back. But why did they tell Emily that if she was a real Cameroonian woman, she would they would expect food and drinks instead of being invited out? But let me jump back a little bit forward. After the handball game, before this going out, uh, Emily told Kobe about the conversation with his friends, and Kobe's like, "So do you believe my friends or do you believe me?" And Kobe did admit that he did talk to his ex-girlfriend from time to time, and she knows about Emily. So back to the
Mm.
nightclub thing. Um, it looked like, I mean, Kobe even looked like he was having a good time. He was mocking how Western men or American men, or particularly Caucasian American men, dance. Their friends are laughing and carrying on. But when they said that to Emily, and then Emily said, well, if you were in America, I would have invited you to my home, but I'm not in America. I'm on vacation. So I thought I would invite you out for a good time. This
Right.
is probably one of the only times I probably agree with Emily. I mean,
Hmm.
like, what is she supposed to do? Her family with the kids are at a hotel. Where's she supposed to cook at?
Right. It's barely enough room for all them.
Right. Did they mean that they felt like maybe they should went to Kobe's family's house to cook them a meal as a welcoming? And on top of that, Kobe knows the custom of Cameroonian women and visitors
Thank
over to the
you.
house. How come Kobe didn't invite them to the family's house for dinner, but yet they're getting married in a traditional wedding soon, so they will have a feast and everything. So why can't this be like a pre-wedding get together with just us? You know what I'm saying?
Right. And
Did you
why you got all the smoke for me and not Kobe? I'm not from Cameroon. I don't know. I didn't know, and I'm an American, so I'm gonna assume that hey,
right,
maybe I'm gonna try to get to know your friend, but we gonna go do something fun and get to know each other so they can see that I'm
right,
fun. I'm not just trying to boss him around, even
right,
though really I'm not bossing him around.
Mm-hmm.
really like just doing what women do. It's just keeping the house in order. She's the wife. She
Right.
don't work. That's literally what she does. She's the organizer. He go make the money. She organize stuff. And why are you so mad at him? I mean at her.
Right.
He's not living there. He's not living a Cameroonian lifestyle in America. He's not implementing none of his traditions over. Y'all got YouTube.
Right. And he told them at the barbershop about 2 weeks ago, he's not in Cameroon, he's in America, so they do things different. But I
Right.
just but like you said, like why do they have all this smoke for her? And I just really, really, really thought that was rude of them saying, well, we're used to a feast, we're used to whatever at the house as a welcoming. Like, where's she supposed to welcome you to? You know what I mean? Like, how
Right.
come
At the house, we ain't got no house.
right?
Where we cooking the fufu at, bruh?
Right. So Emily was like, you know what? I'm not going to do this. And she gets up and walks away. So next week we'll see what happens with that. But I'm just like, I hope Kobe comes back and again checks not just Valerie, but the other two friends that they brought along as well. Like, this is not my lifestyle anymore. You know what I'm saying? We don't live here. That's my wife. This was her idea. And, when the wedding festivities come together, then you have the bigger celebration, food and drinks with family,
You
so
might have grew apart from these friends, my brother. I'm sorry.
yeah,
You first of all, you ain't been living in Cameroon. How long? You was in China. Then you came to America. You ain't been living no Cameroonian. Obviously, the Cameroonian lifestyle is not what you want to live because you'll still be there, or you will still have your customs and your relationships, and that's not what you're doing. So just be honest and be like, "Hey, shit, cool on my wife, bruh. I understand what you're saying, but she's not a Cameroonian woman. She never will be."
right. So I think they really stepped out of line with that. But I
Yeah.
mean, like I said, if Kobe
I
don't
mean,
come,
I feel like the one friend wasn't disrespectful. The main friend's disrespectful. The one friend who was just telling her, who like was just honest with her and told her like, I mean, in our
the lady,
culture, yeah,
yeah,
like when you bringing us out, I mean, that's not really like how we gonna judge you. I mean, yeah, of course we supposed to have fun at the bar. What they got to do with it? And
right.
then wherever they went, looked at dead anywhere. I'm like, where's the people at? Did they get the VIP room or something because they got cameras? Or was like, where? I was like, where you? How you gonna party? It's one fee. Why? Where they girls at?
Well, their wives probably were invited because they told them no, and they probably don't want them to get any ideas from Emily. You know what I'm saying?
Like, you think you're gonna talk to me like Emily? Do
Correct, correct. That's what that is.
I
So,
look like Kobe?
right. That's exactly the conversation. Just like that.
Hmm.
Just like that. I didn't appreciate that. I just thought that was really, really out of line for real. Okay. Let's move to Big Ed and Liz. Well, we just gonna start with them saying that in confessional, hence the title of the live. Listening confessional. She's emotional, saying that the night before they had dinner, it was Ed's sister, his nephew, her daughter Riley, and taco pasta was on the menu. However, Liz's daughter Riley thought that the pasta was too spicy. And Ed said to Riley, suck it up. I said, no, he didn't. I said he was already talking mess to her. Last week's episode when they were trying to make the breakfast pizza, he didn't want the flour all over the floor. They just got started. I
Right.
said, so now the girl, thinks something's spicy and he wants her to suck it up. That's the second time you talk to my, what's it say? Strike, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
First of all, you ain't her daddy, egg man.
This is the point of telling her to suck it up. If it's too spicy, it's too
Right.
spicy.
She's a child. You talk about suck it up. You got grown
Taste
taste
buds.
buds.
Right, right. Make her a sandwich or something. She didn't have to eat it. So, anyways, well, they had a big old blowout, knockdown, drag out fight again. And I believe they counted, both Ed and Liz, when we saw them, that this is breakup number 15. And Liz said, so after everyone went home and they, went to bed and everything, and in the morning when she woke up, Big Ed was gone and she didn't know where he was. So now I don't know where she driving to. She in her car, she crying, she just driving somewhere. And she said she didn't even know it was even to that level of the breakup that they had. But she said when she got the call from the officiant of the wedding telling her that they were sorry that the wedding was called off, that's when she knew it was something serious.
Terrible.
So he went behind her back and was like, woke up, or he probably texted before he went to bed. If he waited, he probably waited for her to go to sleep. And like, you know what? Sorry, we're not getting married. All this other stuff. I'm like, that's a coward move to me. You couldn't tell her that, you know what? We've had one too many breakups, one too many arguments, and maybe I'm just not the man for you. You're not the woman for me, and maybe I don't think we should get married. So. Like I said, I don't know where Liz is driving to, but she's driving somewhere. When we see Ed, he's at his sister's house. At first, I was like, "Oh, she got on sunglasses because she don't want us to see who she is for real, for real."
But I would not be brought up in this.
But apparently, she had cataract surgery, so that's why she had the glasses on. And he's telling her about the blowout fight over the taco pasta. The sister was saying, really, that's not a reason to break up. Ed said, you know what? I called off the wedding. I don't want to go for it. He said it's not even about the pasta and not about, the events that happened the night prior. But just when he woke up, he just felt like, you know what? This is not the position or the relationship that I feel like I want to be in anymore. So the sister co-signed. I mean, Ed is, at the time of this filming, he was like 56, 57. Liz is like a whole 31. So, it's like about a 27-year age gap in there. And it's just the fact that, she's the age of your daughter. I know some people have relationships like that, but I just feel like both of them could do better, especially Liz, because the red flags are there. If the way the man, sarcastically talks to your child, and then the next time we see him, we hear from you that he told her to suck it up. Yeah, no, that's a red flag. And Liz don't have primary custody of her anyway. She's there for the summer. Nah, he's not the 1, 2, or 3, as they say. So,
Right.
I don't know. I just, I don't know. If they go through with the wedding, I'm not sure. I thought I saw they got married, but I do believe they broke up shortly after. But we'll see. Because next week, Ed has invited Liz to come to his location. And I don't know if she ever gets there. What do you think about Ed and Liz's relationship? Just from what you've seen. I know you haven't seen them.
Why do you got feelings for him? For what? He an old man that get married every other year, be all in love. He do the same thing. He don't want to be in love. He want to be on TV. Why do you keep falling for it?
And it's not just being in love. It's being in love with a 20-something-year-old.
And you 50-something. You 50. He 50. He in his 50s. He is stuck in his ways. There is no changing him. I'm sorry. Ain't too many over 50-year-olds that's really trying to change. Maybe they'll change certain things, but at this point, he's a creature of habit. How many women you gonna see? Same story. You trying to make him the stepdaddy for what?
Right, for what? He don't even treat you good.
Imagine what he gonna say if you wasn't there. That little girl don't like him.
Right. You can tell that too. So, all right. So finally, we have Loren and Alexi. As mentioned, they've been on the 90-day franchise several times. They've been on 90 Day Before the 90 Days, 90 Day Happily Ever After, and 90 Day Pillow Talk. So pretty much we're following where they left off. They have 3 kids. She's had 3 in 3 years, 2 boys and a girl. The baby just celebrated her first birthday. And fun fact, I actually follow Loren on IG. Their oldest son, Shy, had a birthday last week, so they're now about to be 4, 3, and 2. So this goes to show when this was filmed. So bottom line is Loren feels like she needs to have a mommy makeover. She's got body dysmorphia. And body dysmorphia is a mental illness characterized by obsessive focus on a perceived flaw in your appearance. So apparently when Loren looks in the mirror, she feels like, even though as thin as she is, she feels like she is like, a contestant on My 600-Pound Life. And that's not true.
Well, my thing is, you got body dysmorphia. What is surgery gonna do for you?
Right.
It's in your mind. Surgery don't fix your mind, because then that's how it starts. Mm-hmm. You already got body dysmorphia. You know that for a fact. You don't go get surgery, because surgery is just because then they start, we can fix that, we can fix this, and then you start looking like some of the people out here that just tore their face up. It ain't worth it. And then you ain't, and then you could, I mean, hopefully you wouldn't die, but it's a possibility. And it's just like, you got little kids. Why would you even risk that? Girl, you got a little stomach, a little pudge. Just don't drink no wine. Stay off the wine and go walk on the treadmill somewhere, or go walk in the park with them kids and go get you some mental health.
Right. That's what it is, a mental health thing. But I understand about her stomach. She said having 3 C-sections, and she was pregnant like back to back to back. So to get your stomach back together, but the mommy makeover, the lipo 360 and all the other stuff, that's where the dysmorphia comes in. And you're right. You need mental counseling to try to see where the switch is, because if that's not fixed, you will continue to, anybody have a problem with how you look, which again, like you said, for the surgeries, for the people who have extreme surgeries, they just don't stop. You know what I'm saying? Because they think they look a certain way. And
what if something go wrong and it look worse?
Yeah.
Like something could go, you could get an infection. All that. It's all kind of risks. You got little kids.
Right. She got
they ain't gonna be don't touch mommy there. Like, no.
Yeah.
You got too much going on to get surgery. I'm sorry. You got back to back kids. I mean, unfortunately, I know you got to sacrifice that. I'm sorry. Go get some therapy and sit down somewhere.
So her husband, Alex, he supports her, but doesn't really want her to do it because of the risks. And Loren's mom, I don't remember her name now, but next week I'll have it. Loren and her mom, like I said, I've watched them from the very beginning, have always had a contentious, back and forth relationship, kind of like verbal back and forth. So they really knock heads more than they get along, is what I'm saying. So
her mom?
Yes.
That's because she don't want to listen. That's her problem. She one of the people, she got to learn the hard way. Everybody can tell you, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Then you go do it, and then I hate myself for doing it. We just told you. Everybody told you, don't do it. You just had to learn. Now you look like Rumpelstiltskin. You want us to cry you a river. No.
Not Rumpelstiltskin. So, Loren is going through the pre-op procedure, and we will actually see her go through the process of the surgery. And also, too, I know coming up, because I've seen it on previous seasons that they were on, that Alexi is originally from Israel, and he wants to have, he has dual citizenship. He wants his family to also have dual citizenship and have the kids grow up in Israel for a time. So maybe that's going to be another reason why they're on the show, because they give me the same vibes of Kenny and Armando. There's really not a lot of drama. It's kind of like where are they now in their relationship? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So don't expect a whole lot of drama from them. The only person who kept butting heads is Loren and her mom, and Loren and Alexi about the movie. So really that's about it. All right. So next week's episode, Ed and Liz are supposed to meet up to talk about why they may or may not be getting married. Mahmoud has left the apartment with plans to go back to Egypt after 2 days or 48 hours. Man can't even get a good night's sleep yet without Nicole on his head. Jasmine and Gino go meet a friend for his birthday. Now, is it a friend or a family member? Because I thought Jasmine didn't know nobody in Michigan.
I don't know. I don't know who that was. I thought that was the council.
Okay. And then Patrick and Thais, Patrick's dad comes to the apartment. He tells them, listen, while you here, go ahead and paint every room in the house and just get this all together. And Thais is looking like, what? You want us to do what? But yeah, she thinks Patrick is being led by his dad. She thinks his dad is selfish. So I'm like,
is he trying to get them to paint it so they can live there? Like paint it to their likeness? Or
I don't know. We'll have to see how it plays out. I thought it looked nice when they walked in. So
all right.
anyways, and then Ashley and Manuel meet up with Manuel's uncle, and the religion conversation comes up. So that's that.
Why she keep bringing that up is stupid.
She does.
That's just stuff you just don't talk about when you first meet people. Religion, politics. Do you want people to like you or you want people to hate you? Let's talk about religion and politics and your personal beliefs. Go ahead. When people you first meet, most of y'all not gonna be friends after.
Right. And real quick, as I mentioned at the top of the show, since Married at First Sight is officially going off this Thursday with Married at Where Are They Now? So next Tuesday I'll be live for this 90-day Happily Ever After. But Thursday, I'm going to replace that with 90-day Love in Paradise. If you haven't seen it, here's a short clip. Here we go.
Can't believe that a simple vacation has led to me meeting the love of my life.
I never dated an exotic man from another country before. And so I get to live out my Italian romance dream, you know, the ones you see in the movies.
I met someone, beautiful Brazilian. She was Douglas.
This relationship is especially challenging because he is a sperm donor.
I take a lot of supplements because they help my sperm count be like really high.
In love with a weirdo.
We got our issues.
What type of issues?
He wants us having a night with like different women.
What? That's a threesome.
What's important to you? Me or the threesomes?
Both?
You have a persona now that's being the boss bitch, but you can't be the boss bitch of me.
He said that you were topless while he was in the same bed with you.
You slept in the same bed?
I have risked everything to be with this girl. And my deepest, darkest fears are coming true.
Say you're sorry.
For what?
For that?
No.
I had 10 threesomes, one better than the other.
You're giving this pleasure so much power. You broke up with me twice over this stuff.
I love Annie, but I love sperm donation. If she can't accept that, this relationship won't survive.
Who are you? The savior of the world and you have to give all women babies?
I don't know what to say.
I mean...
Weirdo.
Listen. Yeah. So real quick, is Luke and Madeline, Luke is 30, Madeline is 19. Madeline thinks she's a sugar daddy.
Nasty.
Kyle is 32, Anika is 29, Sean 61, Aaliyah, formerly known as Douglas. I'm saying that because that's how he introduces himself. Sean is 61. And I'm like, I think Kenny looks better than you.
I mean, he looked good for 60. He could have fooled me. I was like 60. I rewinded it because I thought I heard Rock. So he looked good.
Yep. And then Alex and Adriano, that's the look like she could be Ashley's cousin up in here with her man she met in Italy, and he wants threesomes. So the sperm donor, he reminds me of Cameron from the other 90 Days franchise when he was with the lady from London. I can't think of her name. Remember Cameron? And the lady from Claire, what was her name? She was in London, remember? And he didn't want to, what's his name, Cameron? He didn't want to tell his family he was really out and he liked trans women. He reminds me of that person.
Oh, okay. Oh, Cleo.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's who he reminds me of. So the sperm donor has a 10-point system of how he's going to get love.
Like, he got a system? Oh, my God.
Yes, he's got a system. So we'll see, but that'll replace Married at First Sight till it comes back out. And like I said, I'll catch up on Never Mets and go from there. So there should be an episode 2 this week, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for joining, and thank you to everybody on the replay. I really appreciate your time. So, any final thoughts, sir?
I don't got no final thoughts. It's gonna be I'm ready to see the Paradise Show just to get away from Jasmine and Gino. Good.
All right. All right. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time.
Okay.
Good night.